Hi, it's the Friday Coven, and I am here live with you. And I've been trying to go live for like an hour, but a couple things happened. I got very distracted by some shimmer and shine. A cool thing was delivered to my door, this and that, and so here I am. And welcome. It's the Friday Coven. I've been here every Friday for the last 7 years or something like that, and it's our time to come together with this community which inspires each other and loves ourselves and is devoted to personal growth. Okay, so today we're going to talk about something so cool, and I hear a lot of people talking about it, and sometimes it gets overused, but I don't give a fuck. We're going to talk about it anyway, and it's next level. So I have so many clients or potential clients too that are like, I want to get to the next level. I want my next level. And when I ask them what that is, it's not very clear. So I hope everybody benefits from this uh, Friday Coven. So I'm going to pick a card for the first entry into the Coven. I'm supposed to be here every Friday, 4-ish, but it's been like right before 5. So if you're watching on the replay, please do let me know. So these are the Goddess Power. It's a Goddess Power deck, and I've really been working with my ancestors lately. I did this amazing session with Monica Aparicio. She's amazing. We've been business homies since fucking day one, like 2011, probably earlier. Actually, I think it's 2011 or 10, and she did my chart reading about like my business and stuff like that, and just reminded me about how important it is to work with my ancestors. um so I want to call in my ancestors and any guides, angels, energetics that are willing and able to help me pick a card that will support this journey right now of the Friday Coven. Okay, here we are. Wow. Well, there's a character named Lilith. So if you're not familiar with Lilith, she's really fucking intense. She was in the Bible. I don't know if this is what the book says, but she was in the Bible. The story goes that she was the first wife of Adam and Eve, and she was overly dramatic and overly sexual. And Adam was like, I'm not dealing with this. You're out. And so she was a really intense character and a Jewish character at that. So let's see what it says in the book. So under her name, it says Independence. Oh, look at you, Cooper. You did it. Good boy. And it's number 30. Of course, I wish it was number 18 because that would have been cool. But, I'm sure it's alphabetical. Okay. So let's just get really quickly what they say to do. Do you sometimes fear being independent? Ooh, that's a good question. You may have been conditioned to believe the only way to have close relationships is to become enmeshed and entangled with others. Oh, I like where this is going. So, do you long for independence and breathing space, yet fear reciprocal? I should wear my glasses. Reprisal? I don't know this word. Should you choose to detach from unhealthy companions and situations? You'll need courage for the alignment task Lilith asks of you. Wow. Walk away and establish a more empowered sense of self by saying no to these relationships that drain your life force. Well, I am very aligned with that. And I'm sure in my life I have disappointed many people. But at the end of the day, like, I've been sick a lot this year. And I think it's mostly because when I plan something, I don't like to cancel. But even through rounds of that lesson, I've still caught myself staying out a little more than I wanted to, being in a conversation a little bit more than I wanted to, all the things that like I teach about is really what I'm always working on. So even for a moment, if I stay a little bit longer in a situation or a conversation than my body really wants to, I end up paying for that. So that sucks. So I love what she's saying. People sometimes attract drama into their lives to avoid accountability. Enabling this dynamic helps you avoid the responsibility that's required when you have no one else to blame for the conditions of your life. This is some heavy duty shit. Okay. You're Oh my god, wait a minute. This is so crazy. Guys, this is the magic. If you're watching on the replay, I've already written the topic of up leveling. Okay? What's your next level? I already decided that. However, all is not lost. You would not be here reading these words if you weren't ready or strong enough to make these changes. You are up leveling your life. Lilith is beside you to lend you the strength and courage to do the right thing for yourself and others. Listen, when we are in a relationship of any kind, it could be a fucking phone call with a marketing idiot. Not that all marketing people are idiots, but this one might be a marketing idiot, especially an idiot, and you stay on because you're kind or you feel wrapped up in it. That is one simple way to start practicing ending things before you get drained. Okay, so establishing a more empowered sense of yourself by saying no to these relationships that drain your energy and life force. Listen, if I'm being asked of that, you are being asked of that. And right now, you're in an excellent position to attract healthy, interdependent, collaborative relationships. So when you think about relationships, let's say you're stuck in one right now, here's what I want you to remember. Here's what you deserve. Healthy, interdependent, collaborative relationship that is here to serve the highest good for all involved. That's what you want. If you don't know what you want, that's what you want. And, whether you're in a partnership or whatever style of relationship you want, who cares? But it's got to be healthy, interdependent, collaborative, and here to serve the highest good for all involved. You got it? Okay. Thank you, Lilith. I'm going to keep this one out. Last night we had a super collaborative, amazing Rockaway Creates meeting, and what I really saw was that our community here in Rockaway Beach is really showing the fuck up for next level, and that's so exciting. So it's really aligned with what we're talking about here today. And I'm launching something new and something really exciting. And I've spoken about it a little bit, but it's called Devotion. And it starts on the Ides of March 15th, 2023. It's a 1-month booster, a 1-month turbo booster. And it's literally for people who have had success before, but are sort of at a brick wall. And so the tagline is called Devotion. Make it about yourself. I love saying that. And it's like strutting past your limits into limitlessness. Literally, we cannot help it as human beings. We get to a place of I don't even know how to say it. It's and this is for advanced people too. This isn't oh, let me help you out of the fucking bed. No. This is people who are I've done a lot of work. I feel like things are moving and growing, but then some shit shows up and I'm have I not grown at all? So there's a bit of frustration. And the truth is, we all get to this point because when you don't know where you're going and it's the unknown, the parts of ourselves that want to keep us small and safe, create some self-sabotaging things that make us have no alternative except to be breaking up to that brick wall. So if you want to be devoted first, to yourself first, you're really going against the grain of everything we've all ever been taught before. Oh my goodness. So Hazel, this is not a hat. It's my hair. I thought it was a turban, but it's not. So let's talk about this for a second. I'm glad you brought it up, Hazel. You're such a good storyteller that you bring it up in me. Oh my goodness, look at all these people that are here. Facebook was not showing me this shit a minute ago. Okay, so a long time ago, I was just coming out of a large friend group that felt very limited, but I didn't know they were limited at the time. And I wore a headscarf and I let it drip down to the side. And there were three women that were my close friends in that group. And they were like, oh my God, I can't believe you're wearing it like that. Oh my God. Like, I was already a little self conscious because it was something I'd never done before. But then they were just like, oh my God, it's so different. I was like, God damn, it's as if I put a fucking third eyeball. But at the time, I was like, yeah, it is such a big deal. You know, I was so excited. And I was also really nervous. And whatever, who cares why? I felt like if one person looked at me like this, it would break me. It was something so new. So fast forward to now. I mean, that could have been 20 years ago. I was like 31, 32. No, that's definitely not 30 years ago. But anyway, 20 years ago. But 20 years ago, I would have never considered doing anything out of the ordinary because the muscle in me that was like, I want to be seen. I was like, but I don't want to be weird. I want to be seen, but I don't want to stick out. I want to be weird, but I don't want anybody to make fun of me. I don't want to be rejected. I don't want to feel bad. I don't want to get made fun of. It was very loud. So 10 years after that, I had this, which I still have, this colorful headscarf. And I had been to Brazil and I'd been to Miami, and it was so easy to wear it because those are very, very colorful places. But when I put it on in Brooklyn and I went out to a restaurant bar, the three friends were like, oh my God, oh my God. And then it was really quiet. We'd be hanging out, having a good time. And they'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe you're wearing it like that. So they were excited. I don't know what they were, but it was very different. Now, here's what I know as a grown-ass adult is that when it feels weird and very different, A, you need to make sure that the people around you are like, yeah, fucking self-express. You look fucking great. I love that thing on your head. You look so beautiful. Don't even think for a second that you look stupid. Like that kind of pumping up, that's how we need to hang out with our friends. Now, I'm not saying those three women were wrong. They were just not risk takers in any way. And so that's what I want you to know, that like long ago, nobody pumped each other up. We didn't know. They didn't know. I mean, I wasn't around friends that did. So if you had a life like that, if you had teenager years where if you took a fucking risk and did something different, everybody had something to say. And now, that's the response you want. Now, I admit I am judgmental. So let's get it straight here. I'm not saying be an angel, don't make fun of anybody. In fact, I was watching somebody dance earlier and I was like, look at this, look at that, look at this. And I was going deep into that rabbit hole. And then I was like, look at me, look at me. I'm judging her. Like, who gives a fuck? She's out there having fun on the beach. So that old voice that wants to judge and make people look stupid and make people wrong and be like, she's off beat, what is she doing? It's really our own judgment with ourselves. And what I want everybody to have is a friend group that knows how to fucking pump you up. And like Lilith the card says, if you don't have that, drop those fucking people. Like slink your way out and find a community that's like, fuck yeah, you're doing the best thing. Like when you make a move, whether it's a physical move, the way you dress, or you move your location, and you have people in your life that are like, I don't think that's a good idea. Fuck those people. Who the fuck are they? And by the way, don't take advice from people that you don't love their life. If you don't love their life and the way they're doing things, then you can say thank you for your advice, but right now I'm okay. I don't really need it. And if they push and they think they need to tell you their opinion, repeat those same exact words. Thank you, but I really don't need your advice. No, but you should. Thank you, but I really don't need your advice. Because that's how you speak to a fucking 5-year-old. And that's what 5-year-olds do. They tattletale on each other, and they tell you that you're stupid and smelly and ugly, and they're wrong. For whatever. They're not wrong, but they're right, but they're wrong. But as an adult, you get to decide who fucking tells you what. So. Oh, I love it! I love it. Oh my goodness, you're all sending so many beautiful messages. What's up, Ivy? I'm so glad you're here. That is a huge belief shift, Hazel. You know, and we have this mechanism in us that's like, ooh, I want to be seen. No, I shouldn't want that. Ooh, I want to be seen. No. So we just have to get a hold and know those parts of ourselves. So in this new month program called Devotion, it's not about healing. It's not about fixing yourself. It's about rocking you, whoever the fuck you are right now. So let me give you some examples because I love these examples. So imagine you have like appointments for whatever, and you have this fear of rescheduling because then you're like, oh my God, what if I lose the appointment? What if they think I'm a pain in the ass? What if? And I'm here to say, make it about yourself and find the confidence. You're going to find the confidence to make it the most convenient for you. Now that sounds simple, but it is fucking not. Yes. Hello. Oh my goodness. What's up, Tanya? I'm so glad you're here. Oh, yay, Josette, who just recently up-leveled. Okay, yeah, drop the bitches that don't even back your daughter. Like, it's okay to drop people. And if you're from New York, you might say drop the bitches, but that might not resonate with you. So say it however you say it. Okay, so who's ever felt that feeling of like, dread if you have to reschedule something for fear that the other person's going to be like, what a fucking pain in the ass. I'll put up a D. Put up a D for dread. Because it sucks, right? This morning, I went to the coffee place after I dipped, and I don't drink coffee anymore. I drink this Dandy blend. But I was like, I'll go have coffee because everyone's doing it. I still want to be in community, and I got a coffee. And I was like, how do I even make it here? You know, they didn't have honey. I had to ask special for honey. She goes, there's sweeteners over there. I get over there. There's only like packets. I come back and I'm like, can I have honey, I guess? I put in the honey. It still doesn't taste good. And I'm like, I'm going to ask her for something else. She's already fucking annoyed. I go, I know I'm being a pain in the butt, but can I have some kind of oat milk or something? I just needed it to taste better. So she gives it to me. She doesn't really make any faces. And maybe I'm like making up a story that I'm annoyed, But then she doesn't tell me my breakfast sandwich is ready. Or I didn't hear her, but she didn't say it very loud. So by the time I got it, it was a little bit cold. So not to say that people aren't assholes, but the truth is it's still important to speak up. So whether you're rescheduling or you're bothering a server, it's not easy to speak up if you're a sensitive person because you might indeed feel their backlash. So here's another one. You've opened yourself up to dating and it's bringing up insecurity. It's bringing up people pleasing. What's my answer? Make it about yourself. And so when you do that, you start to take more aligned actions. You start to say yes where you really want to. You start to say no. You don't give everybody your vulnerability because everyone doesn't deserve that shit. If you make it about yourself, if you're devoted, wow, I didn't think I was going to talk about this so much, but I'm so fired up about it. If you make it about yourself, it's the most, fucking believe me here. And if you believe me, put up a G, because it's fucking generous. Yes, for the D. I'm putting up a D also. That dread of rescheduling. So, here's the thing. If you make it about yourself, it is the most generous thing you could do? Put up a G. That's a big one to agree with me on. Hmm. Okay, that is now the perfect temperature. Okay, here's another example. You show up in the world. Maybe it's a meeting, maybe it's a party, maybe it's a wedding, maybe it's work, and you don't feel seen. Now, what that means to me, not feeling seen, is you don't feel understood, you don't feel respected, you feel like nobody honors your opinion. You know what my answer is? Make it about yourself. And really, what I want you to know is you can learn to be in any room and be authentic. I would even say, be relaxed. And so that when you leave, you are memorable. This has nothing to do with age, race, shape of your body, experience, livelihood. Your work has nothing to do with it. It is an inside vibe. And unfortunately, what has happened is in the self-help industry, there's a lot of coaches and mentors that really want you to fix yourself. They really want you to be better, to go into deep healing. And I am saying, fuck that. You are not broken. You are not sick. And if you have to go for healing, that means you have a boo-boo and you're broken. Well, that's not true. And this is how my growth happened. And I use a lot of unconventional ways, as you know. I was feeling pretty broken. And then I went to the improv, my unconventional improv. My teacher taught me to focus on what works. And I took that on like a fucking religion. I got to be devout to focusing on what works. Now, I'm Jewish. We don't focus on what works naturally. It's in my DNA to worry. It's in my DNA to suffer, to have pain. For real, my DNA. I'm not just being flippant. And so it took me the most work, I think, to focus on what works. And immediately, I was the best person chosen. Immediately, I took it right to the kids in prison. I took it right to the parents who were my coaching clients at the time, because that's where it was most needed. And so it was like shining my heart. I was getting so devoted to myself so I could bring it out into the world. And my offer to you is, let's partner on making your life fucking brilliant and amazing. I don't know, that sounded so pitchy, but I like it, and I really believe it. Like right now, let me see who's up in this bitch. Jen just put up a fucking video. Yes, the G's for generosity. Jen 3.0. I don't even know how to go into you. Jen, we worked together for a year. She's like a mom of 2 kids. What else? Jen, talk your shit. She's now a doula, a postpartum doula. But she was also a fucking, what's the word? Carrying a gun? Like, private investigator. She's a council member. She lives in a place where there's a lot of privilege, I'll say. But she stands out, in my mind, like a badass. Like someone who's willing to take risks, put herself out there. She just launched her website today. Like, we're working together a year. She has clients. She's doing her whole thing. Another woman who's not here right now, Mindy, she's a book author. I can kvel on people all day long, but now I feel pressured. I was gonna say my friend. He's my friend, my cousin, my friend. He's not my cousin. We just finished our momentum. He had his best month yet since his gym opened. I think it's 7 years. Like, people are rocking out their shit, and it's so important to me. Here's another example, Tanya, who I don't know if she's still here. This woman is a wizard of all wizards. Like, she's got like 20 years of training under her belt and a lifetime of development, of working with the most neediest of populations. And now she works with brilliant crones that are, getting to their next level of life. And they have all the things, but what else do they want? So in order to help women, especially who have it all want even more, that is a brilliant, fucking amazing woman who can hold a lot of space. Like when you work with a person who's 60 years doing things the same way, and they're like, and still I want more, that's work, right? That takes a lot of space to hold, a lot of compassion, and a lot of understanding. Ooh, let's talk about Heather, who's also not here right now. And she has the Cosmic Co-Play book. She supports self-care to artists who are fucking extremely hard on ourselves. Put up an A if you consider yourself an artist. Beautiful, Ivy. Ivy, I love getting to know you. You're so fucking cool and fun and creative. And I want to brag that Ivy gave me some canvases last night. I got very inspired last night. Holy shit. All right, so, ooh, what else? What else do I want to share about devotion? I mean, that's it for now. I basically want to say the three things we use is the archetypes, ritual, and self-expression. Those things are exciting. All right. Oh, yeah, put up an A for the artist. I'll put up an A. All right, well, it's Friday. Shabbat Shalom. I just felt sadness. So, a buddy of mine who I go to synagogue with, who I met at synagogue, passed away this week. Oh my God, I don't want to cry about it right now. Anyway, he won't be there tonight. Oof. That's really sad. Wow, talk about an instrument. So tomorrow, I'm going to just move on from there. Yeah, tomorrow is Strut the Stage, our second workshop day. It's also Irish Day in Rockaway. So if you're partaking in that, ooh, oh my God. I kind of have to partake now that I have this green thing on my head. I don't even know what partake means, but I know that I got this green thing. And St. Patrick's Day is pretty big here in Rockaway. Anyway, let's see what happens. I love it. I love all the sisters in here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Did you get the email, Ivy? I don't think you're on the email list. Yeah, I'll say his name. Jay Hoffman. Okay. I don't want to say more. I went to the burial. It's really sad. You know, he was 82. He had a nice life, but I wanted to get to know him more, you know? And he was my buddy. Like, he came to sit next to me. Like, he was my buddy. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see. Where do we go from here? I wanted to say something else. Okay, so the show is March 18th at the Rose Den. And then March 19th, I'm doing a dress-up day at the Den. And it's Shabbos. And so part of what we do on Shabbos is we welcome in. So it's kind of a cool thing. During the ceremony, we turn to the door and we say a prayer and we welcome in the Shabbos queen. Isn't that cool? Like, there's so much of Judaism I don't really understand. Tonight's, Ivy, you want to go tonight? It's at 7:30. It's a small ceremony. Sometimes you have potluck dinners. And then this weekend is Purim. I think Monday and Tuesday is Purim. And that's like a really fucking crazy holiday where people were trying to kill the Jews. And then, oh, I remember a little bit of a story. And then the wife of somebody who was best friends with the person that was killing the Jews, his friend's wife was like, I'm Jewish, you can't kill my people. And then her husband told his best friend, you can't do that, my wife's Jewish. And then I think they stopped. They didn't kill the people. But it's all about Queen Esther. And, oh, let me fucking brag about another client. Rachel Mizels wrote a one-woman show that I helped her produce and co-create. And it was all about Queen Esther and masks. And she did it right, I think it was like February 28th, right before the pandemic. And she fucking used masks in her show. And I think even two people wore masks. Like there was talk, you know? So it was like the end of February or the middle of February. And she put on a show in New York City, a one-woman show. I think a couple days was her birthday. So shout out to her. I really, not only do I help amazing people, but I help people who like hiding. And, you know, I'm a part of my training is it's okay to hide. But when you're in strut the stage mode, full out. And then go back into hiding. But if you put out things in the world and then drip and drab them, then you go into hiding feeling shitty. Then it's really hard to come back out. But if you're like, out, fully, launch, everything, blah, blah, then you're like, I can rest my ass off now. That's kind of how I do things. All right, everybody. Let me see. Oh, yay. Look at all the happy people showing up here. Ooh, good. Get ideas. Okay, sure. Let's talk about it. Ooh. What do you have in your heritage? I know. Actually, I'll share a secret. I met a really nice guy at the burial. We'll see. Maybe Jay set it up from beyond. Jay Hoffman. I only just found out he also knew how to work on cars. Like, I want to talk to him about that and my van, you know? That's like, oof. I mean, it's always sad. Death is always sad. But this was somebody, like, and my rabbi said it. She's like, you know, he's just someone you always counted on being there. Oh my God, you guys, I'm not. Okay. Have a beautiful night. Have a magnificent weekend. If you're coming to strut the stage, see you tomorrow. We have a couple of spots open if you want to come play for the day. Shoot me a DM. It's at from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And if you want to come a little earlier, then you can be in the Rockaway Parade activity and see me in this green thing. And we're actually meeting right where the parade happens. So if you want to have a festive day and then drop into some improv, then let me know. It's unconventional improv, so it's not about saying yes. Last week was fucking amazing. Last week feels like a month ago. And that's it. All right, everybody, have a magical night, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye. Oh, and if you're interested in devotion, is that the name of it? I'm brainwashing myself. Devotional? Devotion. It is so. Anyway. Have a great weekend, and choose something that makes you look stupid. Oh, the whole point I wanted to say about this is, if you feel stupid, then you're doing it right. That's all I wanted to say, and I totally forgot. Well, I'm glad that I got it out. Let's close at 33. No, let's not. Okay, bye.